Canned tuna has long been touted as the ultimate lazy health food, a lean, portable protein packed with heart-healthy omega-3s. For decades, Americans have relied on it for quick lunches and post-workout snacks. However, the shiny aluminum can often hide a dark reality of environmental destruction, human rights abuses, and heavy metal contamination. The industrial tuna complex is a multi-billion-dollar machine that frequently prioritizes profit margins over the safety of the consumer and the health of our oceans. From the use of fish aggregating devices, fads, that kill turtles and sharks as bycatch, to the Mercury lottery, where certain brands consistently show higher levels of neurotoxins, not all tuna is created equal. Many iconic American brands that we grew up with are the worst offenders, relying on opaque supply chains and unsustainable fishing methods. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. This list exposes the brands you should strike from your grocery list to protect your health and the planet, ranked by their lack of transparency and nutritional integrity. 1. Starkist. Why number 1? As the most recognizable tuna brand in the U.S., Starkist is the primary driver of industrial tuna practices that prioritize volume over everything else. Starkist has consistently ranked at the bottom of Greenpeace's tuna sustainability rankings because of its refusal to phase out destructive fishing methods. They rely heavily on purse-seine nets with fish aggregating devices, fads. These devices act like ocean magnets, attracting not just tuna, but endangered sea turtles, rays, and juvenile sharks that are caught and killed as collateral damage. Beyond the environmental disaster, Starkist's Chunk Light tuna is often a mushy, inconsistent product that utilizes various species of lower-quality fish. From a health perspective, their reliance on large-scale industrial processing means the tuna is often cooked twice, once to clean it and once in the can, which leaches out the natural omega-3 oils, often replaced with water or inflammatory vegetable oils. When you buy Starkist, you are supporting a supply chain that is fundamentally at odds with ocean conservation and high-density nutrition. It is the fast food of the sea, designed for the lowest common denominator of quality. 2. Bumblebee. Why number 2? Bumblebee is a household name that has been mired in legal and ethical controversies for years, ranging from price-fixing scandals to severe safety violations. Like Starkist, Bumblebee utilizes non-selective fishing gear that ravages marine ecosystems. Despite sustainability claims on their website, the brand has struggled to provide a fully traceable product. Transparency is the biggest issue here. It is often impossible for a consumer to know exactly where their fish was caught or if it was sourced from a vessel that utilizes fair labor practices. Nutritiously, Bumblebee's canned albacore often sits on the higher end of the mercury spectrum. Mercury is a potent neurotoxin that bioaccumulates in larger, older fish like the ones Bumblebee sources for its solid white cans. Frequent consumption of this brand can lead to an accumulation of heavy metals in the body, which can cause brain fog, fatigue, and nervous system issues. When you combine the risk of high mercury levels with a corporate history of prioritizing market dominance over ethical sourcing, Bumblebee becomes a brand that offers far more risk than reward for the health-conscious consumer. 3. Chicken of the Sea. Why #3? Owned by the global giant Thai Union, Chicken of the Sea has been linked to some of the most serious human rights allegations in the fishing industry. Investigative reports have previously connected Thai Union's supply chains to forced labor and human trafficking on fishing vessels. While the company has made public pledges to clean up its act, the scale of their operation makes true oversight incredibly difficult. If you want to ensure your food is conflict-free, this is a brand that requires extreme scrutiny. From a culinary and health standpoint, Chicken of the Sea is often criticized for its watery texture and lack of flavor. The tuna is frequently treated with pyrophosphates and vegetable broth, which can contain hidden MSG or soy, to retain moisture and artificially increase the weight of the meat. This means you are paying for added water and chemicals rather than pure protein. The environmental footprint of their massive fleet continues to be a major concern for marine biologists, as their indiscriminate netting practices deplete tuna stocks faster than they can replenish, making this brand a triple threat of ethical, environmental, and nutritional concerns. 4. Kirkland's signature, Costco. Why number 4? While Costco is beloved for its value, their house brand Kirkland's signature albacore is a major contributor to the overfishing of albacore stocks. Albacore is a larger species of tuna that is already under significant pressure. By selling it in massive 8-packs at a low price point, Costco encourages the overconsumption of a species that should be eaten sparingly due to mercury concerns. Kirkland's tuna is often sourced from longline fisheries, which are notorious for catching bycatch, like albatross and sea turtles on miles of baited hooks. The primary health concern with Kirkland's albacore is the lack of per-can testing. Because albacore is a long-lived predator, mercury levels can vary wildly from one fish to the next. One can might be safe, while the next might exceed the EPA's recommended limits for weekly intake. For pregnant women or children, this mercury roulette is a dangerous game. While the price is tempting, the environmental cost of longline fishing and the potential for heavy metal toxicity make this a bulk buy that could have long-term consequences for your health and the biodiversity of the Pacific. 5. Great Value, Walmart. Why number 5? Walmart's Great Value brand is the ultimate budget tuna, but the low price tag comes at a massive cost to quality and transparency. Great Value tuna is often the leftovers of the tuna world, small, fragmented pieces of fish that are packed tightly with high amounts of sodium and vegetable broth to hide the lack of freshness. It is one of the least transparent brands in the U.S., with almost zero information available on the label regarding the specific fishing zone or the method used to catch the fish. When a product is sold this cheaply, it is a mathematical certainty that corners have been cut in the supply chain. This usually means the fish is sourced from large industrial vessels that don't follow pole and line standards, which are the only truly sustainable ways to catch tuna. Furthermore, the high sodium content in Great Value cans, often used as a preservative for lower quality meat, can contribute to high blood pressure and water retention. Buying the cheapest tuna on the shelf usually means you are getting the highest concentration of additives and the lowest commitment to ocean health. 6. Kroger brand and other private labels. Why number 6? Many consumers don't realize that store brands like Kroger are often just rebranded tuna from the big three, Starkist, Bumblebee, or Chicken of the Sea. They share the same problematic supply chains, the same destructive fishing methods, and the same lack of mercury testing. The lie of private label tuna is that it's a local or fresh alternative, when in reality, it is a commodity product shipped halfway across the world in giant containers before being canned. Kroger has been slow to adopt rigorous sustainability standards, often lagging behind competitors like Whole Foods or even Aldi. Their canned tuna frequently contains vegetable broth made from hydrolyzed soy protein, which is a hidden source of glutamate that can trigger sensitivities in some people. By choosing a private label like Kroger, you are essentially opting into the same industrial disaster as the major brands, but with even less corporate accountability. If a brand isn't willing to put a pole and line caught or traceable seal on its can, it's because they don't want you to know how that fish reached your plate. 7. Genova Yellowfin in oil. Why #7? Genova is often marketed as a premium or gourmet Mediterranean-style tuna, but a look at the label reveals a metabolic disaster. While yellowfin is a tasty fish, Genova often packs it in soybean oil. As we've discussed in the cooking oil disaster, soybean oil is a highly refined, inflammatory omega-6 oil that completely cancels out the heart-healthy benefits of the tuna's omega-3s. When you soak a lean protein like tuna in an inflammatory oil, you are turning a health food into a pro-inflammatory meal. Furthermore, Genova's premium branding is largely a marketing play. They still utilize large-scale industrial fishing methods that are not much better than the budget brands. The high caloric density from the cheap vegetable oil makes it easy to overconsume, and the lack of extra virgin olive oil, unless specifically stated and paid for at a premium, means you are getting a low-grade industrial fat. Don't let the fancy golden black label fool you. If it's sitting in soybean or vegetable oil, It's an exposed product that should stay on the shelf. 8. 365 Whole Foods Market, non-pole and line. Why number 8? Even at Whole Foods, you have to be careful. While they offer some of the best tuna on the market, their standard 365 brand tuna that isn't specifically labeled pole and line caught still falls into the trap of industrial bycatch. Whole Foods has a reputation for being the healthiest grocer, which leads many shoppers to grab their house brand without reading the fine print. If the can doesn't explicitly state 100% pole and line caught, it is likely caught using nets that contribute to the depletion of non-target species. Additionally, Whole Foods has faced scrutiny in the past over the accuracy of their Mercury testing for house brand products. While it is arguably better than Great Value, the 365 brand can be a wolf in sheep's clothing for the environmentally conscious shopper. You are often paying a Whole Foods premium for a product that doesn't always meet the highest gold standard of tuna fishing. If you're at Whole Foods, skip the basic 365 cans and look for brands like Wild Planet or American Tuna instead, voting with your wallet at the seafood counter. The canned tuna disaster is a perfect example of how industrialization can ruin a perfectly healthy natural resource. When we treat the ocean as an infinite warehouse and the fish as a mere commodity, we end up with products that are stripped of their nutritional value and loaded with heavy metals and chemical additives. However, the power to change this industry lies entirely with you. By refusing to buy the Big Three and their private label clones, you send a clear message to retailers that sustainability and mercury safety are non-negotiable. The gold standard for tuna is simple: 100% pole and line caught. This method ensures that each fish is caught individually, virtually eliminating bycatch and preventing the overfishing of juvenile tuna. Look for brands like Wild Planet, American Tuna, or Safe Catch, which tests every single fish for mercury. These brands might cost $1 more per can, but they provide the peace of mind that you are eating a clean, ethical, and truly healthy protein. Your body and the oceans will thank you for making the switch.